pure terror. It is, as they have said, diabolical. And here, you want to go low or die trying.
The amazing thing about 17, it's the only hole really that Pete Dye didn't design. 17's designed by his wife Alice. They had a problem trying to get from 16 to 18. There was a big area that they dug out when they tried to get some of the sand for the golf course, and then Alice Dye said, well, why not just put a hole there? And really, when you think about it, the advent of stadium golf, the island green at 17, that's what's pushed this game over the last 25 years.
Solid play, heart of the green.
Even par, currently.
Good par. Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side. And of course, if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
This is a good-looking shot. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. And he's putting for double bogey now. Frank, how do you explain what we saw here?
It's a mess. It's probably the easiest way to put it. This case of anything that could go wrong, not just probably, it did. Ah, nice.
Looks good. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of the screen. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away. And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Second from an excellent lie. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Moves into the top 25 with that birdie. Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you've lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you're stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. But he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
That's a head-scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's the opening round of the Peach Invitational. Located in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club is the home course to legendary golfer Bobby Jones. It's the oldest course in the city of Atlanta. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action out on the course today. Frank, what is the layout like here at East Lake?
Tremendous old-style layout, Rich, sort of very much up and down. And remember, this area was stricken by poverty years ago. Now it's one of the most pristine golf courses in the world. It's a traditional golf course, Rich, straight-up design. Everything's in front of you. And normally it's a par 72 for the members, but by reducing 5 and 10, they become like whopping par 4s for even the best in the game. Par 3s too. Excellent test here at East Lake. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Pretty good effort right there. Getting set now over the putt. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Here at the par 3 second hole, it's just under 215 yards and really a good-looking hole. The water is not necessarily in play for the professionals. Bunker left and a bunker just short of the green. This is probably a 4, 5, or 6 iron for most of the professionals. The bigger hitters might be able to get there with a 7. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
14 feet to the hole. Still playing even for the day after the par. Hole number 3 is a par 4. It's only 390 yards. Frank, what do you think the right club selection is off the tee?
Majority of players hit like 3-wood off the tee here. It's a little ambitious with a driver because you don't get any real advantage getting that much closer to the green. If you can carry that right bunker and keep the ball on the fairway, you're still going to be left with a full short iron, whether it's a wedge or a 9-iron. And that's a scoring club. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. This is a good-looking shot. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
So with that, 1 over par. We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. With a key stretch of holes ahead, our featured golfer really has struggled in the early going, Frank.
Yeah, a few mistakes out there, unforced errors you might want to say. So really, attention to detail should be the concern right now. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green. Don't know that approach will make the highlight reel, but he still has a chance if he makes this putt.
Yeah, 21's when you come of age, don't they say? 21 feet away.
21 feet from pay dirt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Okay, has it, and stays at 1 over par. Frank, always great to call the action here at East Lake with all the history, with so many good holes, and we saw plenty of outstanding shots today.
And I hope everybody got to enjoy the golf course that Bobby Jones certainly loved, and really it got him into the game. So for all of us here, it's fun to take a little trip down memory lane and also play a great golf course.
I'm Rich Lerner, along with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, saying so long until next time. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Peach Invitational. Hello, everybody. I'm Rich Lerner, and beside me is my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We're here in the state of Georgia, getting ready to kick off the round here at East Lake Golf Club. It's been a permanent home to the Tour Championship since 2005. Golf course today set up as a par 70 for the professionals, usually a par 72 for the members. I'm excited to call all the action out on the course for you today. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. Stepping up to the first tee, sights set on posting another low number here in round 2. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good contact, good result. Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just a couple of feet. Got it for par. On to the second hole now. And really a nice mix of opening holes here at East Lake. 214 yards here on this tricky par 3. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Second shot, good look at the green. Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Shouldn't be a problem here. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle. Even par, currently.
Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Now to the third hole, and Frank, again, it is relatively short.
But well bunkered off the tee, Rich, so a decision to be made here. 2 bunkers down the left side. The one on the right doesn't really come into play, but it's a good line to hit it over the left-hand edge of that right bunker.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you've been there. How important is it to hit fairways early in the round?
It just takes the pressure off the rest of the game, Rich. I mean, not only are you reducing the length of the hole by getting the ball in play and, you know, a good distance off the tee, but you're simplifying the next shot. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
They'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away in a good spot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
So a tester from 4 feet. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now to the par 4 fourth. At first glance, you see 440 yards. Some of us might say that's a long par 4, but in today's professional game, that is not long by any stretch, the way they are bombing it down there with that driver. But this one has a chance to be really good. He just blasted that one down the fairway, out there about 325 yards. Second shot here at the fourth. Bunkers guarding the front corners of the green. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Well, he knew it right from the start. Just a poor putt.
It's no snack, though.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Going to tap out on this hole for the week for another bogey on this hole. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Back on the tee here at East Lake, 5th hole, 520-yard par 4. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
It has historically been one of the final events of the PGA Tour season. Prior to 2007, its field consisted exclusively of the top 30 money winners of the past PGA Tour season. Since 2007, it's been the final event of the 4-tournament FedEx Cup playoff, and eligibility is determined by FedEx Cup points amassed throughout the season instead. While originally followed by the PGA Tour Fall Series, a realignment of the Tour's season structure beginning in 2013 makes the Tour Championship the final event of the season. That is a beauty, a real beauty. 12 feet still to go. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Did the job right there. Frank, it is really pretty simple here at the 6th. You need one good, clean strike of the golf ball.
Yeah, and the ball's got to travel the right distance, land softly, and give yourself a 6 or an 8-foot putt. That's the way it's drawn out. Chances of doing that are very, very small. The reason why? Just have another look at this tee shot. And if you can see as much water as I can, you're going to realize this is no pushover.
This one looks right on point. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Inexcusable.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Wow, I thought that was in. So that's a drop shot.
Well, early exit for one of what I thought Rich was going to be the favorite, but their week's over.
Numbers don't lie in this case, in this sport, and now a missed cut. This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Frank, a tranquil and beautiful setting with the Santa Rosa Mountains in the background, those crystal clear blue skies, but it can get pretty testy out on the golf course, can't it?
If you get any sort of wind out there, Rich, the sky might be beautiful and blue today, but that wind, once especially the cross breeze, then this course has teeth.
Here we are at the first tee, ready to kick off the round. Frank?
Good tee shot straight out of the gate. You're going to need it on a hole that's close to 450 yards. Doesn't really matter if you cut it or draw it. Just be wary of that bunker that sits on the right side.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That will be a great look at birdie. Getting set to play the second shot here at the first hole. Just a bit offline here, Frank. They're not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the wind or just the lie there. Should be okay.
Getting set now over the putt. One under early in the round. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So into red figures at 1 under. Frank, this is a nice-looking hole. Not long, only 371 yards, but challenging in its own way.
It is challenging. The best approach here really is a conservative tee shot to set up an aggressive second. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. As this putt for birdie. Two under on the deck. So just a formality here. Now -2 for the day. Frank, players had hybrids. Some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third.
It certainly is. The third hole you play, yeah, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, this TPC Stadium course in La Quinta, California has quite a history, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Every style of golf, age group, whether it's someone trying to get their tour card at the tour school, skins games played here from 1986 to 1991, even the PGA Club Professional Championship, they've all come and played here. It's so good to see it on the back on the rotation. But I've got to say, the one thing, and I was there in 2000, it was the PGA Tour Q School. It was won by Stephen Allen, who was an Australian player. But the worst thing I've ever seen on a golf course happened on Alcatraz, 17th hole there. Joe Daly, who was looking like he was going to make his PGA Tour card, had a putt of about 3 feet. And I think he was playing with Craig Perks, who went on to win the Players' Championship. Joe Daly hits this putt. It hits the back of the hole, the liner in the hole, and popped out on the front lip. Never saw that before. It was amazing. And as luck would have it, Joe Daly missed his tour card by 1 shot.
That was as cruel a twist as I have ever seen in golf.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Getting set now for the second shot here at hole number 3, par 4. Frank, at this, the highest level, stroke play, really it seems to me to be all about not wasting shots because the margin for error is so razor thin. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And, yeah, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
That's 2 under par, playing well. Frank, this is our first par 3 of the day. The fourth, about 192 yards.
And it's called sandpit. So if you're not on the green, chances are you're getting that lob wedge or sand wedge out. The green is 36 yards deep. Got a nice little sort of hump and hollow roll to it. Mini roller coaster. This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, heading way right.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. It's at sneaky distance. Oh, now that is going to hurt.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Well done, and 3 under for the day. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Well, here we are at the 5th hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Second from an excellent lie. Down. Lay down. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, that looked good to me. Well, that's just a case of not focusing right there. What a lapse in concentration. For birdie. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard? Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Good-looking shot right here. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Just 5 feet left. Has his par. Putt for par. He needs one. Good solid work right there and stays at 4 under. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So short iron in hand now at the par 4 7th. Good opportunity to make a birdie. Getting ready for the putt. Starting to really play well, -5. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Really has not been bothered all day long by these strong winds. Good play so far. On the green, sure, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Now the approach shot here on this par 5 8th. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Looks like he just misread that. Settles in over the putt. Good work right there, now to 6 under. This would be nice. Birdie on the card. See if he can make it. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, the 9th hole at 452 yards. That water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards. Then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, it's straight at it.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Frank, break down this second shot here at the 9th hole.
The second shot's a little bit like the tee shot. We know that the biggest trouble is on the right with the water, but there's also a bunker between water and green. So Pete Dye is enticing you to try and play the correct shot, which is one that just moves a little left to right towards the flag. And there is a little bit of relief. You know, if you just miss it a touch, you're in the sand, not the water.
This won't hurt him. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Just misses. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. Count that for a birdie. Frank, this had to be mentally draining for a player. So many decisions to make out there. So much trouble to avoid.
Well, I think, this is sort of a golf course that makes men out of boys. And remember the old saying, go west, young man? I think they were really saying, go to PGA West, young man.
Well said, Frank. For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and all of us here at EA Sports, we say so long for now from the Career Builder Challenge at PGA West.